If the world had only one gender, within a few generations, humans would disappear. And that wouldn't even be the worst part, because the real problem would appear much earlier, a problem most people never think about. Imagine a world with no men and no women, only one gender, one biology, one human form. At first glance, it looks like perfect equality. The same body, the same physical abilities, the same starting point, no traditional gender roles, no expectations of who should be what. Society looks calm, organized, predictable. But very quickly, one unavoidable question appears. How are children born in such a world? Natural reproduction is impossible, so only one option remains: technology, laboratories, artificial creation of life, genetic control. Having a child is no longer a personal decision. It becomes a process, a regulation, a permission. And then another question arises. Who decides who is allowed to have children? To prevent extinction, someone must control reproduction. Rules appear, quotas, waiting lists. One person receives permission to become a parent, another does not. This is how a new inequality is born, not based on gender, but on access to the future. A world that began with total equality slowly turns into a system of strict control. And what happens to love? People still fall in love. They form couples. They build relationships. But love is no longer connected to having children. Family stops being biological. It becomes a choice or a contract. For some, this feels like freedom. For others, emptiness. And society changes once again. Many people believe that if differences disappear, conflict will disappear too. But conflict never goes away. It only changes its form. Now the struggle isn't about identity. It's about resources, about control, about who gets to decide. Even identical people begin to divide into groups. And here is the key conclusion. The real problem of society is not gender and not difference. The problem is power. Who controls resources and who decides the future? Even in a world where everyone is the same, humans remain human. So, would this world be better? Or would we simply create a new version of the same old problems?